We talked about the difference between the city, living in the city, and living in the country. And we also read about Matthew Lane and his family moving out from the city because he thinks the city is dangerous for children and he wants somewhere quiet, so they moved. Yes, and Stuart is the opposite, has the opposite situation. So Stuart moved from the country to the city because he wanted to look for a job. So we talked about that. And after that, we talked about verb patterns. And we agreed that verb patterns, we need to use infinitive with to after some verbs. For example, want, or would like, would love, and need. في العادة بنستعملوا بعدهم الفعل بيجي بعدهم حيكون infinitive with to.
Yes.
But with verbs, for example, like love, hate, like, or enjoy حيكون العكس. يعني الفعل اللي حيجي بعدهم حياخد النمط اللي هو verb plus ing. فأعطينا أمثلة وتكلمنا عن موضوع. And we also finished the review of unit 11. واليوم موضوعنا إن شاء الله حنتكلموا عليه اللي هو life experiences. وعليكم السلام سلسبيل. Okay, so here let's talk a little bit about this word, world records. World records. Does anybody know what this word means? World record. What does this mean? World records.
In Arabic.
Can you say it in English? Can you try in English?
I think the situation the person goes through in his life.
You mean like memories? هل تقصدي ذكريات يعني؟
لا قصدي sorry لا خبطت فهمت الماي اللي هو طيب
ما صارش من هاي؟
لا
Okay.
Okay. Word record. Okay. When a person score the highest record.
Correct. The highest number of something, right?
Yes. In مسابقات مش competition صح؟
Competitions. صح؟
Yes.
هذا مثال كويس صح؟ يعني عادة هي أعلى درجة أو أعلى رقم في مسابقة معينة. هذه نقدر نحسبها record صح؟ Okay. What do you think, Media, when we say world records? How can you explain it in English, for example? Media, معنا? Can you hear us?
I think like the Miss World contest.
Okay. Miss World.
Yes.
Okay. Is that a world record? Do you think it's a world record?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen on television before, but sometimes there are programs where they show, for example, the biggest apple, the fastest car, or the tallest building, right? فهذا كلهم يعتبروا records يعني أرقام قياسية. هي هذه القصة.
Yes.
فهذه معنى world records أن نقصد بها يعني إن هي أرقام قياسية أو الشيء اللي هو رقم واحد في مجاله مثلا. This is the meaning of record. Okay. So first of all, let's start with a bit of vocabulary here.
Like the tallest man in the world.
Correct. The tallest man in the world. This is an example of a record. يعتبر رقم قياسي في الطول يعني. Tallest man. مثلا على سبيل المثال.
Or Guinness جينيس ليست.
هم اصلا الجينيس تعتبر شركه اهتمت بالورلد ريكوردز، اسمهم جينيس وورلد ريكوردز. يعني هي الشركه هذه تسجل في الارقام القياسيه، فداروا كتاب وداروا سجل ومسابقات وهكذا. So this is the meaning of world records. So let's talk a little bit about numbers, but this time we want to talk about big numbers and small numbers. Okay. منال عندك اعتقد المايك يتحرك، ممكن مش عارف في شوية صوت. Okay. So here what we want to do is we want to match these numbers in the box. So let me show you the box. So this is our box here, and we want to match it to these words.
Yes.
So number one is already answered, 0.6. So usually when in English when they say not, you can say zero, it's the same. So you can say 0.6, you can say 0.6, it's the same thing, okay? So 0.6, this is number one. Number two, 3.25. Where's this 3.25?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Row.
Yes, correct. Yeah, the third one, 3.25. Okay, so let's write it 3.25. What about this one?
6 per 3.
هو لو نمشي من الصندوق أحسن.
هو احنا كنا اخترنا بالطريقة العكس أحسن.
أيوة صح. Okay, what about this one? What's this?
A million.
A million. Okay,
yes.
That's correct. So this is a million. أنا خلينا نكتبه a million. هي number 7. Okay, good. Why do you can't number 2? All right. What about this number?
2,300.
300.
Okay. 3,000.
Number 4.
Number 4, 2,300. Okay. What about this one?
45,000.
Number 5, 45,
100,
200,
Number 5.
20. Number 5.
Okay. What about the next one? Is easy. What about this one?
Yes, 156.
56.
Yes, 156. What about this one?
Number 6.
650,000.
And the last one?
70 million.
Number 8, 70 million.
Correct. Okay, so let's see. Let's check the pronunciation, and let's practice these numbers. 12.1. Okay, so let me take you to the listening. Okay, 12.1. Let's take a look. Okay, number 3 about the article. Okay, so let's do the listening first, and then we can read. Okay, let me go back a bit. Okay, here it is. So let's listen. So I want you to listen and repeat, okay?
Okay.
So let's listen and repeat.
16 million.
16 million.
16 million.
But we don't have 16 million here.
Yeah.
اللي بعده.
ممكن يبالي. اوكي خلينا نسمعهم كلهم ونشوفوا الارقام.
4.23.
4.23. بس هم مش موجودات صح؟
ايه لان بدنا نشوفهم الاخير. ممكن الاكسرسايز اللي بعده.
تقريبا نمبر 2 exercise نمبر 2
ممكن نمبر 2 بس هي حتى هذا ما فيش 500,000.
لا قال لك كم
اوكي خطأ مني. فكرة التمرين هو احنا حنكتبوا الارقام اللي يذكروا فيها، يعني تمرين منفصل هذا. يعني خلاص كملنا من رقم 1. we finished number 1. So now number 2, this means you're going to listen to the numbers and write them, and after that we'll check them together. Do you get it? Okay.
Yes.
So this is the idea. Okay, خلينا نرجع لبداية التراك. Okay, now let's listen again. And I want you to just write the number you hear, so write it on a paper, and then we'll check it together, okay? So this is number 1.
16 million. 4.23. 500,000. 7,650. 390. 0.1. 172. 98,500.
12.
Okay. Do you want to listen again to check?
No.
Okay. So let's write your answers. Let's see. So let's put them here. Okay. So let's start with the first one. Number 1. What's the number?
60
Okay.
آخر واحدة شو كانت؟
98,500.
500.
ما سمعتش.
Okay.
98,500.
Did you hear it, Rana? 98,500.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take turns. Okay, Rana, what about number one? What did you hear in number one?
16 million.
16 million. Is that correct? Do you agree with her? 16 million?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Manal? Number two, what did you hear?
4.23. 23, yes.
Okay. Is that correct? Did everybody hear 4.23? Same?
4.23.
Okay. Okay, so Sabir, what about number three?
50,000 and 100.
50,000? And
No.
not
50,000.
50,000?
500,000.
500,000.
500,000.
Okay, 500,000 يعني بالعربي شو بتكون؟
500,000.
Yes.
Yes.
So 500,000. This is 500,000. Okay, Narjis, what about number four? What did you hear in number four? Narjis, are you there? Narjis is not there. Okay, what about you, Media, number four?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, Narjis, you can do number five. Okay, Media,
7,650.
7,600.
7,650.
Okay, number five. What did you hear, Narjis? Number five.
987,000 maybe. I'm not sure. Don't hear all the sentence.
390.
Is that correct, Manad? You have the same answer?
Yes.
390?
Yes,
Okay.
390.
390. Okay, what about number six, Narjis? What did you hear in number six?
900.
No.
87. 9,800.
No.
No.
Not
No.
Not 2.1.
Okay, I have problem with my internet.
Yeah, that's okay. Not 0.1. وكيف حنكتبها not 0.1?
0.1.
Correct. Okay, and the next one, number seven. Let's see. Sabir, did you hear number seven?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the number you heard?
100. No, 1,000 and 272.
1,072.
No. 172.
107. باقي قربت معنا. 172. 172.
دكتور ممكن أقول 172 ولا 100؟
الاثنين صح. بس عادة الامريكانز يقولوا 1 مليون 1000 100 لكن الانجليزي يقولوا a million 1,000 100.
اوكي.
بس هي الاثنين صح. Okay, let's see. Rana, what about the last number?
98,005.
And five only?
I'm not sure.
500.
Yes. 98,500. Okay, so this means with small and big numbers لازم هنتبعوا الترتيب الصحيح دائما اللي هو بنبدو مثلا لو بدينا من المليون بنقولوا مثلا 16 مليون لو كانت خلينا نعطيكم مثلا مثال يوضح الكلام هذا. So for example, so let's start from 10 million. So here, this will be 10 million. So this will be a million. This will be 100,000, 10,000. And then you have 1,000. Then you have 100, and so on. So if we want to write them, 10 million. بالنسبة للأرقام الكبيرة يعني. $10 million. 1 million. This is a million. This will be 100,000 or 100,000. Then we have 10,000.
1,000.
Yeah, 10,000. Then we have 1,000.
100.
Then we have 100. So مهم جدا في الأرقام اللي هي من أكثر من جزء اللي هو التقيد بالترتيب. يعني بتركزوا في ترتيب الأرقام. يعني مثلا على سبيل المثال جانا رقم زي هذا مثلا بالشكل هذا. اوكي مثلا نقوله 16 مليون. نغيره. Okay, so 16 million. And how do we say this number?
16,050,100.
هل 50,000?
5.
50.
500.
Yes. 500,000 and
100.
yes. So 16,500,100, right?
Yes.
And
لا
100.
عاودها عاودها أنا تلخبطت.
So 6 ما أنت بتبدي من اليسار لليمين بتشوفي تبدي الأول شنو هذا 16 مليون هذه خلاص كملناها تخلصنا منها. بعدين بنقول أما خانة المئات يعني هذه بتكون 500,000. لكن لأن معها 100 حتكون 500,000 and 100.
Yes.
طيب مثلا لو كانت بالشكل هذا
55.
550.
Yes. 550,000.
150.
Yes.
550,000.
فهو المية الأخيرة.
And 100. 550. Okay, what about this one?
555.
50. 100.
555,000. 500.
Yes. 555,000
500.
and 500.
Yes.
يعني مجرد بشوية تركيز يعني. لكن القصة أهم حاجة التقيد كل واحدة خانتها شنو الخانة بتاعها. يعني لو خانة الملايين عندك تبدو بها مئات الألوف عشرات الألوف الألف. يعني الفكرة شبيهة نوعا ما بالعربي يعني.
أيوة بس
مش مختلف.
تقلبها من العربي للإنجليش.
بالضبط يعني لحسن الحظ الإنجليزية متبعين نفس النمط. يعني لو مثلا تقارنوا الأرقام الفرنسية مأساة يعني مثلا زي رقم 80. رقم 80 بالفرنساوي يعني يقولوا لها 80 اللي هي 24. يعني كأنك تقولي 420s. ولو بتقولي 90 حنقوله 90 يعني كأننا بنقوله 24 10. فالانجليزي
معقدة.
حسن الانجليزي حسن الحظ ما فيش الكلام هذا، يعني اقرب للعربي في الارقام. It's not too difficult. Okay, so هذا example لبعض الارقام. Now let's read about some interesting records. In number 3 it says, read the article, match the world records to the pictures. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time. I want you to read about these records. So okay, هو مش هتسدنا لكن okay, let's start with the first 3 records. Okay, طبعا عندنا بعض اللي هم الكلمات مفقودة كلها اللي هي أرقام معينة، يعني حنسمعوها في الليسننج. فتو مبدئيا حتى لو ما عرفناش كل شيء it's okay، لكن نبغى المطلوب منا matching. We want to match each paragraph to the pictures. Can you see the pictures on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we want to do. We want to match. Okay. So let's start with number 1, 2, 3. When you finish them, we can read 4, 5. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So start with 1, 2, 3.
5.
I finish.
Okay. Number 1, 2, 3. You finished them?
فهمت المختصر المفيد. وصلت الصور بكلمة معينة.
Yeah. هو في الأول مش مطلوب تفاصيل، مجرد matching يعني عادي.
Yes. وصلت الصور بكلمة معينة من البداية.
Okay. Everyone else, have you finished?
Yes, عملت زيه من الميديا.
Okay. عادي لأنه هو حنقروه مرة ثانية ف it's okay. المرة الأولى من غير تفاصيل matching فقط، هذا المطلوب. Okay. Now take a look at number 4 and 5.
I finished.
Okay, good.
Finish.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see the matching. So number 1, a Mexican couple. Which photo is this?
C.
C.
Correct. Okay. Number 2, the wettest and driest place in the world?
B.
B.
Correct. The earliest computer game?
D.
D.
Correct. Okay. The most boring film?
E.
E. Okay. And this means number 5.
A.
Yes. So this is the most expensive restaurant. It's the most expensive meal. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna listen. It says, before we listen, sorry, we want to guess. معناها قبل ما نسمع بنحاول من عندنا احنا يكون الguess. Can you see these numbers in the box?
Yes.
So we want to use these numbers to complete the gaps in the story, in the points, I mean. So can you guess where these numbers go?
I think the wedding 85 or 85 or 82.
You mean the age of the man and the woman?
Yes.
Okay. But okay, so you think it's 85 or 80?
Or 82.
Okay, it's a good guess. What about, for example, 0.01? What about this? Where does this go? And also, what about the prices? I think the prices are easy. Where can we put the prices? Which number?
Number 5, you know.
Yes. So How much do you think they spent at the restaurant? Who can make a guess?
I think 120,000.
120,000?
I think. I don't sure.
You're not sure, okay. What do you think, Salsabil?
Yeah, I think 120,000. Restaurant.
But here we're not talking about buying the restaurant. We're talking about the most expensive meal. يعني هم مشروش العقار نفسه. القصة في الوجبة هم أخذوا وجبات most expensive meal. Do you get the idea?
335.
You mean 335?
Yes.
Okay. Rana, what do you think? How much do you think they spent at this restaurant?
335.
330. Is that a lot?
No.
For businessmen, I don't think it's too much.
335 ما pairs no.
Yeah.
Maybe 11, 12.
Which one?
Look, it's most expensive meal.
12 pounds.
12 pounds. Is this 12? Or is it 12,000?
Oh, 1,000. Sorry, I don't see it.
Okay. What about?
I think 12,300.
Okay, but what about the bottle of wine? How much did they pay for each bottle? What do you think?
ممكن يكون العكس. البوتل of wine 12,300.
Yes, I think yes. And meal
meal 44.
Do you think 100,000?
I think 44,000 and كيف تنقرا توس؟
and 7 and 7
and 700 صح؟ ولا
7 فقط خلاص لأن هي 7 يعني أحد.
Okay, 44,000 and 7.
Yes.
Okay, what about number 2, the wettest and the driest place? What do you think? How much rain?
I think 11.68. لا sorry.
I think 120,000.
But لكن هذا سعر $120,000.
Okay, I think دكتور 335.
But why? Why do you think 335?
وين number 2 look an amount
is it an amount or is it days per year?
Yes, days. Yeah, a lot raining.
Yeah, so it rains. You think it rains 335 days a year?
Yes.
How many days do we have in a year? How many days?
365.
55?
365.
65?
Yes.
Or 60. 300 or 60. 360.
360?
60.
Nobody knows how many days a year do we have?
365.
365.
Yes, 365. I think it's the correct number.
Okay.
Yeah, but so this means it rains almost every day, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
335.
335 minutes. Okay, so
Yes.
let's listen. Let's find out. Let's start with number 1. So we're gonna listen to the story, and I want you to write the number you hear. Okay. So
Okay.
let's listen and let's write.
Point 2. 1.
A Mexican couple, Octavio Guillen and Adriana Martinez, had the longest engagement in the world. They got engaged in 1902 and got married in 1969. They were both 82 years old on their wedding day.
2.
The wettest place in the world is probably Mount Waialeale in Hawaii. It rains 335 days a year with an average rainfall of 11.68 metres a year. And the world's driest place is the Atacama Desert in Chile. It only gets 0.01 centimetres of rain a year.
3.
The earliest computer game was called Space War. A group of American students wrote it in 1960 for a computer called PDP-1. This computer cost $120,000, and there were only 50 in the world.
4.
The most boring film in the world is probably A Cure for Insomnia, directed by John Henry Timmis IV of Chicago. It's 85 hours long and is also the world's longest film.
Okay. So let's write the numbers. So how old were the couple when they got married?
82.
80,
82.
83. 82.
82.
82.
Correct.
Yes, 82.
So they were 82 years old when they got married. Okay. And the wettest place in the world, how many days does it rain? How many days?
335.
Correct.
335.
335. Yeah. And what about the average rainfall? How many meters per year?
11.68.
Correct. 11.68. That's correct. 11.68. Correct. And what about the driest place? How much rain per year?
I think
0.01.
Correct. 0.01 centimeters of rain a year. Correct.
دكتور ممكن أقول 0.01.
Yes, it's okay. You can.
Or 0.01.
Yeah, I think that's also okay. You can use it. All right, now number 3. How much did the computer cost?
$120,000.
Yes.
Correct. So the computer cost $120,000. That's right. And what about the most boring film in the world? How long is it?
85.
85.
85 hours long. Okay. And how much did the businessman spend at the restaurant?
44.
44.
44 مش 44,000.
Correct.
Yes.
44,000.
And 7.
And correct. 44,007.
Yes.
And how much did each bottle of wine cost?
12,030.
Yeah, but not all of them. Yeah, 12,300.
300.
Okay, so now the question is, which record do you think is the most surprising or the most interesting from this list? What do you think?
For me, number two.
For you, number 2. You mean the driest place and the wettest place?
Yes.
So this is surprising.
Yes.
Okay. And Media, what about you? Which record is surprising or interesting?
Number 2.
Also number 2, the rain,
Yeah.
the one about rain.
Yes.
You think this is surprising?
Yes.
Okay. Sabir, which one do you think? Which record do you think is interesting or surprising?
Yeah, number 2.
نفس الشيء, number 2, the one about
Yes.
rain.
أنا كل يوم يعني هذا.
Yes, you're right. It rains a lot. يعني من 365 يوم 335 it's raining. So it's very wet. Okay, interesting. Narjis, are there any other records that are interesting for you?
Same answer. Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Let's see. Rana, which of these records do you think are strange or surprising or shocking?
Number 2.
نفس الشيء, number 2, the same thing?
Yes.
Okay. For me, I think actually number 5 is very interesting and strange because it's really expensive, the amount of money they paid. لوجبة واحدة, because this is just one meal. هي مش وجبة, يعني وجبة ل6 أشخاص. They paid 44,007 pounds. I think this is very interesting, right? It's a lot. It's just this is, it's just one meal. So very interesting. All right, so these are some examples of some records around the world. So some of them are about people, marriage, about rain, also the price of one of the earliest computers. We also have a very, very, very long film, 85 hours. What about this? Who can watch a film that's 85 hours? Can anybody do this? Would you like to watch a film that's 85 hours long? No? Do you think it's easy?
Long.
Do you think it's easy to watch it or not easy?
No.
Very hard, right?
دكتور مش قاصدين 85 ساعة؟
طول الفيلم 85 ساعة.
ما كثير يعني, عادي نحن نحضر الأفلام الهندية 3 ساعات.
لكن هذا 85 ساعة.
ما 85 ساعة.
أو أكثر.
أنا عديت الساعات.
يس الأفلام الهندية ممكن 3 ساعات. بس هذا يعني فرق مش حتى صغير, فرق كبير.
أنا عديت ب60 دقيقة يعني في ساعة.
لا مش بالدقائق القصة, بالساعات.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a very, very long film.
Yes.
All right, so these are some examples of records. Now, let's talk a little bit about superlatives. طبعا احنا من قبل درسنا اللي هو الcomparatives, تكلمنا عليهم. فالsuperlatives نوعا ما موضوع يعني مشابه أو متعلق بنفس القصة. يعني دائما في علاقة بين الcomparative وبين الsuperlative. Okay?
What is the meaning superlative, دكتور?
Superlative بمعنى الأقصى أو الأعلى أو الأكثر. ما نعرفش يعني لو لها ترجمة.
أو التفضيل, أفضل.
الأفضل. مرات تكون الأسوأ, مش شرط الأفضل يعني.
لا أنا قصدي الأكثر يعني معنى.
بالضبط. يعني السوبرلاتيف ديما الأعلى في مجالها.
أيوة.
So this is the meaning. So if you take a look at the example here, you can see this when we say long. For example, if you say this car is, or for example, this pencil is long, or I don't know, maybe a boat. Let's talk about a boat or a ship. It's a very long boat. This boat is longer than the other one. So here comparative, it means you're comparing في مقارنة بين شيئين, صح؟
Yes.
بس لما نقولوا this is the longest boat اللي هي الأطول على الإطلاق. Do you get the idea? فهذه فكرة superlatives. This is how we use superlative. Okay, so now, yes.
قصدك هي هذه comparative مش في حدود المقارنة، يعني حاجة أطول من اللي نقارنوا بها، صح؟
الأطول مطلقة على الإطلاق،
أوكي،
الأطول على
أنا
الإطلاق.
هذا اللي قصدي به، يعني أطول حاجة.
يس.
لكن دكتور ممكن نقارن بها لأكثر من حاجة، يعني ما بين حاجتين بس.
بالضبط. هو لما نقولوا احنا الأطول، مثلا لو كنا نقارنه بين 3 سفن أو 4، لما نوصلوا لأطول واحدة فيهم حنقولوا this ship is the longest.
yes.
عادة ما نقولوش longest than، يعني ما نقارنوش بنفس الكيفية، لأن الأطول على الإطلاق في المجموعة كلها من غير مقارنة، هي دي الفكرة.
فهمتك.
Okay, so now let's complete the table. So we have wet, wetter, and
wetters. Wetter, no.
wettest.
Wettest. Yes.
Okay. اللي مش متأكدين منهم يعني مجرد قولوا لي باش نقدر نشوفوهم من الارتيكل. خلينا نتأكدوا من wettest. صحيح wettest. Yeah, correct. It's correct. Okay, so let's write wettest. What about earlier?
Earliest.
Yes, earliest. The earliest. Okay, correct. What about boring? More boring?
Extra more.
Most boring.
Most boring.
Yes, most boring. Most boring. What about expensive? More expensive?
Most expensive.
Yes. وفي العادة يكتبوا حتى في the، يقولوا the most. The most expensive, the most boring. Okay, so we have the most boring, the most expensive. What about this? Good, better,
best.
The best. The best. Yeah.
دكتور.
Yes.
ويت هنا عملنا ويتر دبل تي عشان the letter one letter is consonant, 2 letter vowel letter, and the last letter the consonant. عملنا دبل تي.
Correct. زي فكرة big, bigger. لو تتذكري نفس القاعدة.
Yes.
نفس
one syllable.
هي one syllable وأيضا نجد الترتيب.
Yes, vowel consonant.
Consonant, vowel, consonant.
بالضبط. Consonant, vowel, consonant هيصير double للحرف الأخير. Wet, wetter, big, bigger, hot, hotter. يعني هذو أمثلة. All right, so we completed the table. خلينا نشوف ال rules. What do the rules say? Let's take a look. It says here we use، احنا حنختاره من الإجابتين يا إما comparatives يا إما superlatives.
Okay.
So what do we... وعندنا نقطتين. So we use something to compare 3 or more things.
We use comparative or more things.
Yeah, so we use superlatives to compare 2 or more, to compare 3 or more things, and we use comparatives.
We use comparatives to compare 2 things.
Correct.
Comparative.
That's right. Okay, so it says here work in pairs. Look at the words in number 5A. What are the rules for making superlatives? Think about spelling and the number of syllables. اوكي، معناها نفس القصة اللي تكلمنا عليها من قبل، اللي هي موضوع على أي أساس من غير ال superlatives or comparatives. So if it's one syllable, we put ER, right? So longer, longest. ER وبالنسبة للsuperlative EST. EST. ونفس الشيء لو كانت الadjective one syllable وجدنا consonant vowel consonant we double the last letter and we add est, right?
Yes.
Okay. For example, if we have an adjective that ends with y, like
Yes, we remove y and
I.
change it IER.
and then the superlative,
plus
IEST.
that's correct. Yes, we remove the y and we put IEST. So early, earliest, windy, windiest, sunny, sunniest بنفس الكيفية. Okay, لو جتنا adjective فيها 2 syllables. شنو ندير؟
نملة more
More.
And in the superlative?
Most.
The most, correct. باي لو جتنا كلمة adjective فيها 3 syllables. Expensive. 3 مقاطع.
Yes,
The same. More and the most.
And superlative the most.
Correct. Okay, باي بالنسبة لي هم ال irregular adjectives كيف نديروا لهم؟ اللي هم الغير منتظمات. We change it.
Yes.
Change it, yes.
And there's no rule. ما فيش قاعدة يعني ما فيش قاعدة معينة تحفظها خلاص يعني. Good, better, the best.
Yes.
Let's say bad, worst, the worst. Okay, do you get the idea?
Yes.
So these are some of the rules on how to make superlatives, how to use superlatives. So now let's practice here number 6. Let's write the superlatives. So we have rich, richest. Number 2.
Difficult.
More,
Difficult.
most
The
difficult.
most difficult.
That's correct. The most difficult. What about? Let's write them. I think it's better. Okay, let's put them here. So the first one is most difficult. Okay, so number 2, most difficult. What about number 3?
Thinnest.
Thinnest.
Yes.
What's the spelling?
Plus EST.
THI.
Double N or
double N.
Or not double N?
Double N
EST.
Okay. What about thin?
Why
it means
we write double N?
yes. Why? Good question. Why did we write double N?
Consonant, vowel, consonant.
Yes, لأن عندنا consonant اللي هو حرف ساكن حرف ال H بعدها جتنا vowel هي ال I متحرك وبعدها جتنا consonant مرة تانية ساكن تاني فعادة لما تجيك اللي هي ساكن متحرك ساكن يصير نضيفه double letter يعني في spelling.
Yes, the last letter.
What about happy?
We remove Y and change it IEST.
Happiest.
Happiest.
Okay. What about hot?
Double T EST.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What about modern?
Most
Modern.
Okay. What about
Safe.
Double F. Double F EST. Yes. Double F.
Double F. Are you sure?
No, vowel, consonant vowel.
Sorry.
Safest.
لا plus ST فقط plus ST.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What about crowded?
Most
crowded.
Okay. Friendly?
Most friendly.
Are you sure?
Friendliest.
Yeah.
We remove
Friendless.
Y and added IEST.
Because friendly is like sunny and happy, right? It's the same rule.
Yes.
So we say friendliest. Okay, what about beautiful?
The
most
most
beautiful.
beautiful.
Most beautiful.
Most
Correct. Yeah, most beautiful. What about bad?
Worst.
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 Okay, worst.
Mhm. And good?
Best.
The
The
best.
best.
Best. Okay, let's write 12 here. Okay, let's listen, let's check. Let's see if all of these are correct.
Five.
In July 2001, 6 businessmen spent £44,007 at the Petrus restaurant in London, making this the world's most expensive meal per person. Most of the bill was for the 5 bottles of wine they drank. The best bottle cost £12,300. The restaurant didn't ask them to pay for the food.
Okay, there's Nifat. Okay, now let's check.
Recording 12.3.
Richest. Most difficult. Thinnest. Happiest. Hottest. Most modern. Safest. Most crowded. Friendliest. Most beautiful. Worst. Best.
Okay, very nice. So all of the answers are correct. So this is how we can talk about superlatives, how we can make superlatives. Okay, so it says here work in teams, read the quiz. Okay, so this is very nice. So here we have a little quiz. Okay, so it says here, write the superlative of the adjective. يعني هم عاطينا الادجective والمطلوب منا استعمال السوبرلاتيف. اوكي خلينا استعمال super, and then I want you to guess. Okay. So السؤال يعني مكون من خطوتين. Two parts. So the first part, we change the adjective to superlative. The second part, we try to guess. طبعا مش مهم لو الإجابات خطأ يعني. Excuse me, we're only guessing.
Okay.
Okay, so take a few minutes. When you finish number 7, just tell me باش نقدر ننزلوا للآخر واحدة اللي هي number 8 تحت. Okay?
Okay.
So you can start.
Crowded. Doctor,
Yes.
my screen is black. Why?
Your skin is black. All of you?
Yes.
On the media also, is it black?
Yes, yes.
No. ظاهرة عندنا.
Okay.
Is it still black?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. If it changes, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I finish.
Okay, nice, good. Okay, خلينا ننزل شوية. أعتقد الكل كمل رقم 1. So let's move a little bit.
I'm finished.
All right, good.
I'm finished.
Everyone else finished?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, let's see your answers and let's see your guesses too. Let's start with number 1. So, which of these cities has the
Largest.
largest? Correct.
Population.
Population, the largest population.
New York, maybe.
What does it mean, population?
تعداد السكاني.
Yes, that's correct. So, which city has the largest population?
New York.
New York?
New York.
Yes.
دكتور نمبر بي شنو هي معناها ما عرفتها.
أما هي؟
نمبر بي.
Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires.
بيونس آيرس دي شنو؟
This is the capital of Argentina.
I see.
Yeah. New York, you think New York, okay. Which of these film stars is the oldest? Who do you think is the oldest?
I don't like it. Film.
What do you think, Nargis?
I don't like it. Film.
You don't like films?
Yes.
You don't like movies?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't know.
Yes.
What do you think, Manal? Which film star is the oldest?
I don't know. I think A.
You think A, Mel Gibson?
Yes. لكن ما أعرفه. أنا قلتها ساي.
What do you think, Omni Media? Which one is the oldest?
Yes, I think Mel Gibson.
Okay. Now here it says, which is the world's
Most
crowded.
Correct. Most crowded country. What do you think? Which is the world's most crowded country?
What's meaning of crowded?
Bangladesh.
Maybe Bangladesh?
Yes, maybe.
Yes, I think.
But what does it mean, crowded, when we say the most crowded country?
مزدحم.
A lot of people and
people, yes.
Okay, بس شنو الفرق بين largest population و most crowded؟ ولا هل نفس الشيء؟
population تعداد سكان يعني عدد الناس في البلاد.
اللي هو في البلد لكن الازدحام بالمنطقة ذات يعني مزدحمة حركة فيها كثيرة.
يعني ترافيك لها علاقة بالترافيك. هذوك بالبيبل. صح؟
لا حتى هذه على البيبل ما يقصدوش ترافيك.
بس مش حركة متاعتهم قصدهم.
No.
crowded بتخص الحركة.
يعني زحمة في شارع وخلاص.
الحركة.
crowded مزدحم.
لكن لها معنى معين هنا مش هو مزدحم صح لكن عادة كيف يصير الازدحام؟
مدينة صاخبة.
Not exactly. فكرة الازدحام يقيسوا فيه بالعدد السكان مقارنة بحجم البلد. يعني مثلا لو عندك بلاد كبيرة جدا نقولوا زي روسيا مثلا وعندك فرضا 10 مليون 10 مليون فهذا يعني مش crowded. لكن مثلا نجولي بلد صغير زي مثلا تونس ولا مالطا ونقولوا 10 مليون فاهم. إذا مزدحم. دي قد ايديا. بتكون crowded.
يعني لا علاقة بالمساحة.
لا علاقة بمساحة البلد. يس.
تمام.
معناها the same المينينج.
لا بالشرط. بالنسبة للبوبوليشن يقيسوا العدد وخلاص بغض النظر على مساحة البلد.
population لا علاقة بالستاتستيك.
بالضبط للعدد فقط population يقيسوا. لكن crowded اللي هو الازدحام العدد في المساحة هي هذه القصة.
Okay.
So you think Bangladesh, most of you think Bangladesh.
Yes.
Okay. Now number 4, which of these countries is the
biggest?
Is the biggest?
Yes.
The USA.
The USA?
Yes.
Australia. أنا ما فهمتش السؤال هذا.
What does it mean? Which of the countries is the biggest? What does this mean?
أكبر في المساحة يعني.
Yes. Yes. الأكبر في المساحة هذا قصد. Okay. Now what about question number 5? What's the world's
most expensive?
Most expensive.
Yes.
I think Tokyo.
Tokyo?
Yeah. Tokyo. Yes.
Okay. Number 6. Who was the
youngest?
Correct. Who was the youngest person to score a goal in a football World Cup? Is it Maradona, Pelé, or Ronaldo?
I think Pelé لأنه مارادونا ورونالدو ما شرط بس.
خلي القس لك أنت يا دكتور، إحنا ما نفهموش في الكرة.
أنا مش متأكد.
اللي كان في بالي.
قاصدين العمر هنا.
Yes. من أصغر كان فيهم واحد وقت سجل يعني.
I don't know.
Okay. Number 7. Which is the
most common?
Correct. Most common first language in the world.
English.
But what does the question mean?
يعني اللغة الأشهر أول لغة
انشهرت في العالم.
أول لغة انشهرت في العالم.
لكن common مش بالضروري تعني مشهور يعني.
تستخدم أكثر.
الكومن هي عادة الشيء الشائع أكثر لغة شائعة. لكن ركزوا شوية، مش أكثر لغة بصفة عامة، أكثر لغة أولى
من الدولة يعني.
لا لغة أولى يعني لغة الأم تاعك زي إحنا بالعربي يعني هذه لغتنا الأولى. الإنجليش is our second language. ما هيش لغتنا الأولى إنجليزي، إحنا نتعلموا فيها لكن مش لغتنا الأولى. لغتنا الأولى اللي هي اللي تولدوا
ولا Chinese ولا Spanish.
وطيب هنا قاصدين لياتو عشان نختار يعني هم قاصدين في العالم
في العالم.
أعتقد الصينية لأن
لو في العالم حنقولوا الإنجليش.
لغتنا الصينية.
لا الإنجليش
بالعكس.
English second language. كsecond language هي الأولى صح في العدد. لكن كfirst language
Spanish.
Maybe Spanish.
I think Chinese.
Maybe Chinese. Okay. Now number 8. Which of these cities is the
nearest
to the equator? What does it mean, equator? Equator? Does anybody know what it means when we say equator?
No.
No, equator is, do you know, let me show you the planet. So imagine this is planet Earth, for example, okay? So this is the planet, and there's a line in the middle of the planet. Do you know the line in the middle of the planet?
خط الاستواء.
Yes. This is called the equator. Do you understand?
خط الاستواء.
Yes.
خط الاستواء.
Correct. So سؤال شن طالب? Which of these cities is the nearest correct.
الأقرب لخط الاستواء.
Yes. Which one?
Mexico.
Mexico
City.
Mexico City.
No, I'm just reading. Don't answer.
Mexico City or Rio de
Maybe.
Janeiro or Madrid?
I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't know.
Mexico City.
Maybe Mexico City. Okay. Now let's. What do you think, Manal? Which one is the closest?
I don't know لكن نقول مكسيكو.
Okay, maybe Mexico City. All right, so I think we have listening to check. لا عنا نقدر نشوفوهم في page. شوفوا إجاباتنا. Page 155, 58, 158. Let's take a look. 7, 9, 7. 158. Okay, can you see it? Can you see the answers on the right?
Yes.
Let me put them in a little box for you. So these are the answers, okay? Can you see them?
Yes.
Yeah, let's start with the first one. So the largest, Buenos Aires has 13 million, Istanbul has 9.2, and 8 million live in New York. So which one? Buenos Aires has more people, 13.8 million.
Insert number.
Buenos Aires is the correct answer. Okay.
Yes.
B. اللي هي عاصمة
نختار نيويورك.
احنا اخترنا نيويورك. Buenos Aires فيها ناس أكثر. All right. Now what about number 2? Who is the oldest? The correct answer is Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is the oldest.
Yes.
Okay.
خيرنا.
غلط كان.
No, I think media answered this correctly. Mel Gibson.
اخترنا نيومان Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
أنا اخترته. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now it says here, which is the most crowded country? So the most crowded طلعوا في Monaco. So Monaco is choice C. In Monaco, it says there are 17,000 people per square kilometer. هم يحسبوا العدد لكل كيلومتر مربع، كم عدد الناس في الكيلومتر مربع. الطريقة هذه يقيسوا بها الازدحام. Okay.
Okay.
So, which country is the biggest? It's the USA. The USA is the biggest, yeah. Which is the most expensive? It's Tokyo.
Tokyo, yes, correct.
Yes.
And who was the youngest to score a goal in the World Cup? Pelé.
Pelé.
Yeah, Pelé was the youngest. He was 17. And which is the first common language, the most common first language? It's Chinese. And the nearest city to the equator is Mexico City. جاي على خط العرض 20. ريو جانيرو خط عرض 23. Madrid 40. So Mexico City is the closest to the equator. Okay?
Okay.
So what about your answers? Are they good? Not good? What do you think?
Good.
They're okay. I think.
Yes.
Sorry, Manal?
مش 6 correct or 5 correct?
I think 5 are correct.
Yes, 5.
Yeah, well, that's good. 5 from 8 is good, I think. Okay, now let's check the next exercise. So here, number 8, it says write 6 things on a piece of paper. Write 1 or 2 words. Don't complete the sentence. Okay. Okay, أعتقد التمرين هذا we can just make questions. Okay. يعني نقدر نحولوهم الجمل هذه لأسئلة بحيث واحد منكم, one of you will ask the question and the other person can answer the question. All right. So for example, one of you can ask, what is your oldest or most important possession? For example.
دكتور نذكر الثينكس، نذكر الحاجة الimportant.
Yes, you can talk about it. مثلا لو شخص سألك what is your oldest or most important possession, حتتكلمي عن الشيء اللي عندك يعني أكثر شيء أقدم. What does it mean by the way? فكرتها إيش القصد؟ Oldest possession.
يعني أقدم حاجة أو أهم حاجة تملكيها.
بالضبط. Possession هي شيء تملكيه. Okay. What is the latest? What is the best? What is the best? Okay, كل هالأسئلة حتمشي ب what. So let's start, for example, here with Media and Manal. Okay. So Media, you can ask Manal these questions. You don't have to ask all of them. تقدري تسألي عشوائي يعني. And she will answer you. Okay.
Okay, Manal.
Yes.
What is the name of the oldest or youngest person in your family?
He is the grandfather.
Your grandfather.
Yes.
Okay. What's his name?
Hamdan.
Okay.
His name is Hamdan.
So you can say Hamdan is the oldest person in our family, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Nice. Okay.
Okay. What is the best present you got last birthday?
Okay, my best present.
Just a minute, دكتور.
Okay.
Yes.
في السؤال best or worst يعني احنا حنسأله بواحدة منهم صح؟
Yes. بس حتى في السؤال تقدري تسأليها وهي بعدين تقدري تختار جاوب the best ولا جاوبك the worst.
Okay. What's the best or worst present you got last birthday?
Okay, golden ring is the best present I got my last birthday.
A gold ring was the best present I got on my last birthday. Nice.
Okay. What's the most interesting or boring thing you did last weekend?
Okay, weekend. Okay, the weekend. Okay, the climbing, the most interesting did last weekend.
What is it? Climbing.
Climbing.
تسلق.
Yes.
What did you climb? Did you climb a building like Spider-Man?
No.
No. Well, but what did you climb?
ولا حاجة بس اتخيلت فقط يعني تخيل.
خيال يعني توقعت حقيقة المثال انك مشيت كلايم. Okay, بس good example مثال ممتاز. The most interesting thing I did was climbing. مثلا nice. Okay.
For me. Yes.
Okay, one last question on media.
Okay. What's the latest or earliest?
Latest.
Latest. Okay. What's the latest or earliest you want to bed last month?
Yes, or earliest.
هم قصدي هنا حدد اليوم اللي أنا مشيت فيه في الشهر، ما فهمت لي. يعني قصدي
أعتقد اليوم اللي تأخرتي أو مشيتي فيه مبكرا لسريرك الشهر الماضي.
يعني أكثر يوم سهرتي فيه وأكثر يوم رحتي بكري نمتي يعني.
يعني أذكر الدي يوم.
مثلا بالضبط يعني.
Okay, day 11th.
Okay, on the 11th.
11th, last month.
What
In the last
happened?
month.
What happened on the 11th? Did you go? Was it the latest or was it the earliest?
Latest. I watched it. Move. Film Move.
You watched a movie and you went late to bed.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's nice. Okay, so now let's change. Let's see, Rana. Okay, Rana, you can ask Media now. Choose some of these questions and just add what. Okay, and she can tell you a little bit about these things.
Okay. What's your oldest or most important position?
My most important position watch. ساعة watch صح؟
Yes, is a watch.
Is a watch.
What's the latest or earliest you went to bed last month?
I don't know.
You can't remember?
Yes, I can't
Okay.
remember.
What's the best or worst film you saw last year?
Watch the best or worst film? I can't remember.
What's the name of the oldest or youngest person in your family?
She can't remember.
No.
You can remember?
No. My youngest son, Adir.
Okay, so he's the youngest person in the family.
Yes.
All right, that's nice. That's good. Okay, let's see. So now, Manal, you can ask Sasabil some of these questions, and she will also tell you.
Okay. What's the most interesting or boring this you did last weekend?
Last weekend?
The most interesting or boring thing?
The most interesting thing is I can't remember.
Last weekend is it's yesterday, Friday.
هذا الجمعة. Okay. Nothing.
Nothing. So معناها كلها boring يعني.
Yeah.
بيعطينا أكتر حاجة boring صارت أمس.
I did my homework.
Okay, so my homework is the most boring thing I did last weekend.
Yes.
Good answer.
Okay. What the best or worst present you got last birthday?
I didn't get any present.
Okay.
Okay. What's the name of the oldest or youngest person in your family?
The oldest. نقول الاسم يعني.
Yeah, it's just the name.
Yeah. Turkey.
Okay. What's the best or worst film you saw the last year?
I can't remember.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Now let's see. Okay, so Rana, you asked me. Okay, so everybody asked everybody. Okay, so let's talk about our next lesson. So in this lesson, we are gonna talk about have you ever. So what does this question mean when someone asks you, have you ever something? What does it mean, have you ever? If someone asks you, have you ever been to Italy مثلا, or have you ever, what does it mean? What do you think, Silsabila, when we say have you ever? شو القصد؟
هل يعني من قبل هل سبق لك أن مثلا ذهبت إلى إيطاليا؟
صح، بس صح هو كلامك، بس لو شو الفرق بين لما نقولوا have you ever وبين أن نقولوا مثلا did you go to Italy مثلا لو قلناها بالشكل هذا؟
ever يعني ولا مرة من قبل.
صح، يعني في حياتك، يعني كأن احنا بالعربي لما نقولوا have you ever كأن شخص بالعربي قال لك هل عمرك مثلا مشيت، هل عمرك سوقت سيارة، هل عمرك كلت سوشي، هل عمرك سافرت في سفينة مثلا. دي get the idea. ف have you ever دائما لها علاقة بخبرتك في الحياة، أن هل الشيء هذا صار لك قبل أو ما صارش. هذه الفكرة. أوكي؟ دي get the idea. أوكي، لأن في الدرس هذا have you ever هو يعني مجرد ناخذ مقدمة فيه، حنتكلم عليه بالتفصيل أكثر في المرة الجاية. In this lesson حنتكلم اللي هو عن قاعدة جديدة ما تكلمناش عليها من قبل، اللي هي يسموا فيها present perfect. أوكي؟ present perfect. وعنده بعض الاستعمالات. present perfect قاعدة يعني ما هياش الحقيقة، ما هياش past وما هياش present، خلطة نوعا ما. لكن موضوعها مش صعب، يعني مجرد تنفهم فكرتها it's easy. وهذه أحد الأمثلة. have you ever، هل عمرك درت كذا، هل عمرك مشيت لكذا. فهذه الفكرة. يعني عادة السؤال لما شخص يسألك يقول لك مثلا have you ever been to Italy، هل عمرك مشيت لإيطاليا، الشخص مش هامة هل يعني أمتى مشيت، لأن لو الشخص بيعرف أمتى مشيت راو كان سألك when did you go to Italy، راو استعمل ال past simple العادي اللي درسناه قبل، صح ولا؟ when did you go to Italy. هذا الشخص اللي بتفاصيل حيسألك بالشكل هذا. لكن الشخص اللي مجرد يعني يسأل فيك سؤال عام، هل الشيء هذا اختبرته في حياتك، حيستعمل الصيغة الأولى هذه have you ever been to Italy، هل عمرك مشيت، هل سبق لك مشيت. لو قلت له yes I have، ومثلا الشخص يحب يسأل أكثر، بعدين الشخص حيغير للpast simple أصلا. حيقول لك when did you go، how long did you stay، who did you go with, did you like it, was it expensive, what did you do, what did you buy, what did you eat. صح ولا؟ يعني كله أصبح في الpast simple. يعني السؤال الأول بس الاستفتاحي هذا هل عمرك مشيت لإيطاليا، هذا حيكون بالصيغة هذه have you ever. أوكي؟ يعني هذه مجرد مقدمة. But let's do the speaking questions. خلينا نبدأ بالspeaking question. So number one, it says here, do you know anybody who is self-employed, and what do they do? So what does this word mean, self-employed? Does anybody know what it means, self-employed?
Owner company or office or anything.
Yes, بالضبط. You are the owner، صح ولا؟
Yes.
يعني self-employed عادة اللي هو عمل حر، الشخص اللي هو بيكون صاحب العمل، مش هيشتغل لطرف ثاني. أوكي؟ وضحت فكرة self-employed أم ميديا؟
Yes.
It means you don't work in a company, you don't work in a hotel, you don't work in an office. You own the business. You are the owner.
Yes.
Maybe you have a supermarket, maybe you have a shop, maybe you have some kind of business, maybe you have an office but it's yours. يعني هذه فكرة. Self-employed يعني
عمل حر.
عمل حر. Yes.
Yes.
يعني احنا بالعربي نقول عمل حر. Okay, so Manal, do you know anybody who's self-employed?
Yes, my husband, he owns the television production company.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this means your husband is self-employed. He owns a company.
Yes.
Okay, and what does he do in his company? Does he sell TVs or make TVs?
Sell TVs. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, in your opinion, Manal, what are the good and the bad things about being self-employed? What do you think?
Okay. The good things, he can issues all decision by himself.
So he can make all the decisions himself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
And bad things, he will be very busy.
Because he has to do everything himself, right?
Yes.
True. Okay. What about you? Would you like to be self-employed, Manal?
Yes, I like.
Yeah. Would you like to try this? Would you like to have your own company?
Yes, I like.
But why do you think it's a nice idea? Why would you like to be self-employed?
طيب فوائد بالإنجليزي شنو؟
Benefits.
Okay. Because I will honor the benefit.
You will, sorry, أعيدها لو سمحتي.
Because I will honor the benefits.
You will own the benefits.
Yes, اللي هو الفوائد كلها بترجع لي.
الفوائد عادة يستعمل في كلمة profits. ما في فائدة كمنفعة. أنا جاوبت لك benefit اللي هي فائدة منفعة. لكن اللي هي الفائدة الربح يعني profit.
Profit.
Yeah, because I will have all the profits.
Yes, I will have all.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Okay. What do you think, Media? Do you know anybody who's unemployed? Anybody who's self-employed? Rana, what about you, Rana? Do you know anybody who's self-employed?
Yes, my father.
Nice. And what does he do? Does he?
He has a shop for shoes and bags.
Okay. So he sells shoes and bags.
Yes.
And what do you think are the good and bad things about being self-employed, about being the owner of your business? What do you think?
I don't know because I didn't try it.
Okay, but can you imagine the good points in your opinion? And compare it to working in someone else's company. What do you think? Or working in a hospital or in a school or do you think it's the same? No difference?
I don't know.
You're not sure. All right, so this is our lesson for next time. يعني الدرس كله حيركز بشكل أساسي على الemployment، على الwork، أنواع العمل. It's very nice, and we will compare 3 people. حنتكلموا على اللي هو ستيف، ونتكلموا على نمط عمله how he works. حيحكي لنا على قصته، وأيضا عنده صديقة واللي هما Guy and شو اسمها هي Guy and his wife. أيضا حتى هما self-employed. حيدرسون على حياتهم. And after that, we will also learn a little bit about present perfect. هي القاعدة الجديدة هذه يعني ناخذوا عليها فكرة هتتعودوا عليها ويصبح موضوعها يعني سهل. وبعدين حتى في المستوى الثالث والرابع مستمر يعني حيعيدوها يعطوها بتفصيل أكثر. يعني المرة هذه في المستوى الثاني فقط كمقدمة يعني من دون تعقيد عاطينها القاعدة يعني فموضوعها بسيط. Okay, so this is our lesson. So I'll see you again, inshallah, on Monday. Okay, so we'll talk about this on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, bye bye. See you on Monday.